So what inspired you to get involved with the recall petition?
A government that's not responsive. So I went to my MLA early 2024 when he was settled in his role and spoke about some concerns I had in the curriculum, some recommendations that I was excited that were being moved forward through Canada, and was expecting to have a genuine conversation with him. And instead he said, I do not answer to you. I get my direction from the party and don't come back. So, I've obviously tried to communicate with him since on various files. But this one is of most importance to me as a mother and as a scientist who knows that the information our kids are receiving are wrong and not helpful.
And so when did you decide that the petition was the way to go?
So we started pursuing what we called Alberta resistance back in fall of 2024, I think it was. And so that was definitely an option always in the back of my mind, like this is something we should potentially try if we must, right? So started looking in the spring, working, we did some lit dropping, we met some locals, we spoke about it then. There was an interest, but not really much, but I still felt the legislation was something that was really important for us to consider. And then with the Forever Canadian campaign, it became very clear that it is a very powerful tool for us to hold this government to account when all other means have fallen to the wayside.
And when you say we, who do you mean?
People in Alberta that are concerned and frustrated and actually want to see changes happen. So, Alberta Resistance has, I want to say, last I noted, it was over 4,000 members across the province. But as we do in politics, I was connected with the people that are local and have been working with some of them ever since then, as well as just some people that were concerned about this file in general, but in a volunteer capacity, obviously, yeah.
So within your team here for the Recall Nicolaides, how many of you are there?
So for actual canvassers, we've just hit 80, which is great. Obviously, they aren't active all the time, so we were trying to get people as active as possible. This coming weekend, we're doing some lit dropping. We're going to splash the north half of the constituency with literature. We've got people armed with scripts, people obviously armed with petition canvasser badges and canvasser forms to collect signatures if people are interested.
How far along are you?
We're about a quarter of the way through, which I've understood is good. To me, it's not where we need to be, though. If you look just at the 3-month window, we're behind where we should be. So that's why we're switching gears and going to the doors. We appreciate that this is essentially every second household fully participating in this for it to be successful. We think it's doable, but it's going to take a lot of persistence.
As of yesterday, there's now 9 petitions gathering signatures. So are you guys coordinating? Are you guys sharing ideas?
Certainly helping each other through the process. All of us want this to be done well, done right, make sure that, everybody's safe, and that we are respecting the rules as closely as possible. We just have a chat group going now where we just started, I want to say it was yesterday, talking on it. So it's been really great to meet the people that have stepped up to do this, and I appreciate how important it is to be doing something.
What's your ultimate goal? Like, would you like to see 9 by-elections, 1 by-election? Would you just like to see an early general election?
Oh, absolutely, an early general. Well, let's be clear. The first thing that could happen is some resignations or some floor crossings. That would make this all very easy on all of us. And since that's not happening, then yes, I would love to see 21. I would love to see all of them, be under scrutiny. Because the reality is they've all voted with the party, and those that haven't have been removed from the party. It's very clear that this is a toe-the-line type government and that our rights and freedoms are being stripped.
Where would you put yourself on the political spectrum?
I don't know how to answer that. I would say I'm progressive is the best way to describe myself. To me, we need progress. And when I say that, I mean we actually need to have honest conversations about the environmental catastrophes that are happening in this province and addressing them. To me, that is our future economy. We have a $260 billion economy in wait. It'll be a feel-good experience for all of us to take part in, but we have to be honest with that, and that's where I talk about progress. Is let's be honest, let's be real with people, let's look at genuine data, and let's make decisions based on those things.
What are your thoughts on what kind of statements have been made by the MLAs that are being targeted, and as well as the Premier when it comes to these recall campaigns?
the statements made by the petition, like the recall captains?
Yeah,
kind of thing?
just what like Nicolaides has said
in response.
In response,
Yeah.
Dale Nally, the premier. Like, what are your thoughts on what on?
Yeah, I was notified this morning that our premier at one point said that people should recall our mayor based on bike lanes. You know, if that's on the table, why are any real genuine concerns about the way we're being governed not fair game? You know, I, for one, actually, my friend who helped alert me to the misinformation that is happening in the classrooms doesn't live in this constituency. And my MLA said, I'm not meeting with her because she's not one of our constituents. I will meet with you to discuss my profile, the public education profile, but not her. So if it's a first in my case, the response I got from Nicolaides suggested that his portfolio should be off the table. Well, if that's the case, then why do you have to be in one of his constituents to have a conversation about it? Mm-hmm. So it's this back and forth language. He himself back in 2015 was saying recall legislation should be used in whatever capacity people want it to be used in. And then, you know, the personal attacks against me, I think, are not helpful. This isn't about me. This is about the people of Calgary-Bow stepping up and appreciating that we have to stand against what's happening. If it were about me, it would not be successful, right? Like 16,006 signatures is a big undertaking. So I absolutely, in fact, we're redoing our website a bit right now. People can expect some changes this week to reflect that, you know, a more broad understanding of what we're hearing from people.
When you say personal attacks, what do you mean?
To be honest with you, I haven't read them all. I've just heard it's stuff about supposedly I'm an anti-pipeline activist. You know, I'm a geophysicist and a liability expert. That's really understating my knowledge and my expertise, and it actually is poking directly at the reason why I did this recall campaign. This is a person that is misleading our kids, misleading the public, and not potentially understanding the risks of what he's doing, I'll grant. But this is about our freshwater system and a potential ecological breakdown if we don't address these issues. And it's not right for our kids to be lied to about this stuff.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, I'm just so thrilled that people have stepped up to do this. I think this is Alberta growing up. I think it's us realizing we can't just sit back and trust a government that we've trusted for 70 years. And it's time to get boots on the ground and meet our neighbors and reconnect as communities.